Greetings Space Creators and welcome to another edition of Dev Diary here at Mirage Game Studios. My name is Toby, I'm the lead artist and I'm joined in this video by
Grahn. I'm the lead designer here at Mirage. Thank you for having me.
We are currently developing a game called Space for Sale, and if you haven't seen the trailer yet, you can check it out over here. In Space for Sale, you're an aspiring space creator with a dream to revitalize a wasteland of a solar system that has been graciously granted to you by the Empire Corporation.
Empire!
This is your opportunity to make a name for yourself on the intergalactic space reality scene. So Grahn, your solar system, how does that work in the game?
So the solar system that the player has bought consists of 3 planets. These planets all have their own flora and fauna, and adapting to those will require different strategies for each planet.
So in Space for Sale, each planet consists of a set of regions, which are assigned different biomes. We have a previous devlog where we talk about the technical aspects of regions and procedural generation, right?
Yeah, I tried bending a plane into a sphere.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
But in this video we're going to talk a little bit more about the design aspect of how planets are built. So how does the world work?
Well, on each planet you'll play on one big continent. And the continents are divided into regions, as you said, and the regions have some parameters that are specific to them, such as what resources and things that clients are interested in will spawn in that region. And also you will need to get the basic utilities, which are power and water, from each region, and how you get that can be specific to certain areas of the game. So different clients will ask for different features. What they ask for depends on the planet. So things like a specific creature that they're really interested in might be in one region but not available in the other. So you'll have to match certain clients to certain adjacencies and resources.
You mentioned adjacencies. When a client requires an adjacency, what does that mean gameplay-wise?
Well, it can mean really one of 3 things. Either they demand to have this adjacency. They will not move in if they don't get it.
I demand hot spring!
Exactly. Or they can have a preference for hot springs, which will mean that not only does your company get a higher reputation value from this plot if they get what they want, but they will also be willing to pay more money for it. And certain adjacencies will work on a 3rd level where basically everyone likes them, or dislikes them, as in the case of certain creatures that people basically don't want to live around, except very strange people.
Actually discovering what sort of world features, creatures, or things like that your planet possesses requires you to explore, to get to know the area, right?
That's exactly it, yeah. So you'll probably, the first thing you'll do is explore. You'll need to find each of these resources that the clients ask for, but in some cases you'll also have some more things that you need to accomplish before that resource becomes completely unlocked and the clients are happy. Regions also come in different difficulty tiers. So the first regions you'll start in obviously will be sort of easier in the sense that space rot will not infect them quite as hard as the later regions, but they might also have fewer resources for you to use, so you might not be able to fit as many clients in one of the earlier regions as in the later.
Ah yes, space rot. So we have touched on this subject a little bit throughout the last devlog and also the hands-on devlog, where we spoke about how you deal with space rot using your tools. But the space rot is actually an issue that affects your entire region, or rather your entire planet, right? In different capacities. And clearing out space rot is a big part of the process of making the planet inhabitable. So space rot as a gameplay feature in the regional sense, how does that play out?
Well, like we said earlier, there are tiers of difficulty when it comes to the regions. So each region will be infected with space rot, but the higher tier regions will be more infected. And it will require some research to get into the higher tier regions. Dealing with those infections will be more difficult. When you do destroy space rot in a region, you will unlock more of these adjacencies or resources that were previously infected with space rot, and that will lead to improved reputation for that region as well, which is very important.
Nice. So as you expand your space realty franchise, you're going to require a faster means of transportation. You can't keep running around on foot, you're going to need vehicles. In the last video, we talked a little bit about the buggy and the truck. And these will improve your exploratory capacities, right? You can bring more resources in your trunk, but you can also travel and explore faster. But there's also teleporters in the game, and how would you use those?
Well, teleporters you can build in your base, and they will be able to instantly transport you to another teleporter on the same continent. So a very common use case would be as you explore a new region that you haven't been in before. When you do get to finding a good place to have your personal base, you'll probably build a teleporter pretty early on so that you can get around. And if you maybe start doing some research in one region, or you know where the best resources are in that region and you need to go get some building materials, maybe you teleport back.
Whoa! So eventually you will have bases and neighborhoods all over the region. When you are at this junction in the game, think mid-game sort of. How does this affect the gameplay? Do you play the game with this more inter-regional perspective?
Absolutely, yeah. What you want to achieve ideally is that every region on your continent is highly rated among clients. So you want to make sure to get as much reputation from each region as you can. And if you happen to unlock more power or water in a region where you already have everything that you need, utilities can be transferred across regions. Or you can also use the skills that your clients provide, because they are professionals, they need something to do as well. The clients that you move in will determine which services you are able to provide in each region. And some services will be provided to adjacent regions. So you will want to have a good mix of clients among the regions within a continent so that you can get as many services provided as possible.
So say that you have a bunch of scientists and you build like a lab. This will give adjacent regions benefits as well, right?
That's it, yeah, exactly. And there will be a couple of other services that you will want to provide. So you won't want to have only labs. The community will do better if you have a good mix of expertises, specialties, and services provided.
So, when building a community, diversity is king. Okay, so you have your vehicles and you have placed teleporters all over your regions and you're starting to feel pretty comfortable about this space. But there's more planets, right? So how do you get to these other planets?
Well, I can tell you, before you've built teleporters all over your first planet, you'll probably have to leave to visit these other planets, because you might run into some troubles that you'll be better helped on other planets, finding more research opportunities and more things that you need to learn before you can progress.
So the planets aren't like levels that you complete and move on, but rather you have this progression that ping-pongs back and forth between these planets. You unlock research on one planet that will be useful on the last one you were at.
That's right. And you might even find some things that are quite alien, even to you. And those things might help you better understand the history of the planets that you're on.
And that's pretty much it for this video. If you want more content like this, we have made 9 additional devlogs that you can check out on this very channel. And if there's anything else you want us to talk about, hit us up on our social media channels. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me, Grahn.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time, skål!
Skål på det.
Bye! See, you're not a landlord. You are a space realtor. And that's totally not the same thing.
And they're not paying rent, they're contributing to the budget.